Okay, welcome back. I'm gonna be talking again about um, Handheld Companion. I decided to remove AMD settings because this app basically is a substitute also for the AMD settings, because it has a built-in integer scaling and the fluid motion frames and the Radeon super resolution. So first things first, how I use it is that I don't emulate the controller. For the emulation, because when you emulate the controller, you require to bind the A, B, Y, and X button on the triggers and everything. So I use the inputs from Legion Space, even though it's disabled to not launch and to not recognize the Legion Space left and right buttons. You still have the buttons map from that app. So here we go. We are over here, and as you can see, I have the A button mapped to this, and the Y to here, and the B to here. I use this button and this other button for hotkeys from Handheld Companion. So just to let you guys know about that. Close window. So for the game of Cyberpunk, talking for the basics, if I have this resolution, the max resolution for the Legion Go, and then I go to profile, I enable it, GPU scaling. Right now it's set to default, just in case. Let me close this. Okay. Okay. And we apply integer scaling. You're gonna reduce the resolution to this. So right now you don't have, it may show 2560 times 1600, but as it said here, the current resolution is overridden by a profile. So if I disable this, it's gonna still show like the resolution is this, but actually it's not, because if I lower the resolution, you're gonna see that nothing happens here. You see, I change the resolution and nothing happens because it's integer scaling. So if I change back the resolution to 2560 by 1600, now we are at that resolution. So this is important, just for you guys know, just in case. So let's go to Cyberpunk to make sure. So I go play. And you may be seeing this right now. The resolution for the game is set to borderless window, and for the resolution of 1280 by 1800. By 800p. Since I don't have integer scaling enabled, it's not gonna cover the entire screen, but just to show. Okay, settings, video, and here it's set to windowed borderless and 1280 by 800p. So in order to make sure that the window of the game fits the entire screen, we need to enable integer scaling. I'm gonna show. Okay, so we go to the quick tools. We need to make sure that we're over here. We enable integer scaling, and you may be worried like, oh, but it's still not fitting the entire screen. But don't worry, now you have to close the game and reload it and end task. Okay. We launch the game again. And now you have the full screen. So now that we made sure that the game is at full screen, we can turn this off and enable Radeon Super Resolution and AMD Fluid Motion frames. And it's gonna be taking effect. And as you can see, we're over here. And now we're playing on a big resolution. So we have this window with borderless, and so to show the performance, I don't know if I say this, but I don't have the AMD settings app anymore. I see better results playing without that for some reason. Here is the game. This is set to max resolution for the graphics. Let me show quick. For the graphics, these are my settings. We have AMD FSR 3 frame generation enabled. Ray tracing is gonna drain a lot of performance, so you don't enable this on the Legion Go. The crowd density is set to high. So yeah, this is what I have. And for the video again, we're still in window with borderless and 1280 by 800. And as you can see, the FPS stay at close to 60 FPS. Let me lift. Let me show you. So yeah, I'm not an expert on this game. I'm just showing you, since it's impossible to play like this, but you have an idea for the FPS on here. Also, another game that is seeing really good results is, let me try loading again just to make sure. Okay, so the reason why this happened is that, I don't know if you paid attention, but after I enable integer scaling, I disable it and then I did this. So you gotta make sure that whenever you apply integer scaling, you keep the resolution to the 1280 by 800. So So let's say I do this, blah blah. Oh, that's weird. It's not closing the app. Okay. Okay, so we are back. So yeah, just to guys let you know. So I do this, and I do this. We're scanning. Okay. So it's still at 1280 by 8000, even though it says this, but don't worry. So just keep in mind that if you apply integer scaling and it says this is not the actual resolution of the game. It's gonna be 1280 by 8000, but keep that in mind. So let's see if I launch the game like this without applying integer scaling. Let's see what happens. So you have also that option to launch the game at that resolution. So whichever you like, but I like to keep it like this and then apply integer scaling. So when I apply RSR, because on the AMD settings, if you play the game on this resolution, RSR doesn't activate. So you're gonna make sure to be on 25 by 60 by 1600 and apply the integer scaling.